Hey everybody, Andy Gunner here. It's a Fat Thor podcast. It's Thursday night. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome. Sorry I'm running late. For those who are watching us live, had some technical issues. My computer decided it wanted to crash, and it's trying to do about 15 different updates. So if we crash out, not my fault. Rescheduled, redone. Thought everything was done, but guess not. And it has a mind of its own. Kind of like a lot of things going on. So those joining us, sorry we didn't have one last week. I've been very busy. I don't have a guest this week, but we're going to talk about a few things, maybe a short one. Kind of got a year in review coming up. Those of you who are part of this Fat Thor podcast and Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge, we are coming up on our 1-year anniversary, March 23rd, when we started the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge and went everywhere. We've got members from Australia, the United Kingdom, South Africa, you name it. We've got listeners, we've got members, and it was just a thing to kind of get through what was going on, what happened a year ago with the lockdown, the quarantine, the COVID, and I don't want to talk about that too much tonight and kind of get on rehash, but it was an evolution because it went from me not working with my regular job to me going full time with comedy. And yeah, so by the way, I've shaved my beard. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. Gotta take care of our sponsors. Sorry, I just kind of jumped in to all this. Like I said, I'm a little disheveled because I was having technical issues with my computer because it decided just to do its own thing. But if you're in the metro Atlanta, Georgia area and you need a new roof, got a leak, commercial building, residential, anything, give our sponsors and our friends a call at Venture Roofing, 678-656-7482 or ventureroofingllc.com. They will give you up to $1,000 off if you mention Fat Thor Podcast or anything related with Power 108.9. Up to $1,000 off on a residential roof, and they will take care of it. And if you got a commercial roof, building or anything, they'll take care of you as well. But we're here with, like I said, a little disheveled. I'm glad I didn't have a guest with all the technical issues I had, but we're going to kind of walk you through what's coming up on the podcast, what's coming up in the Lockdown Challenge group, and what's coming up with me. I've got some more comedy shows coming up March 25th. If you're in the Atlanta area, it's on my comedy page on Facebook. At McCrae's in Lawrenceville. Tickets are $30. I think you get a free beer with a ticket because it's a brewery place. Anyways, check it out. I'll be posting more about that later. But jump back in. Yeah, we got a 1 year coming up, Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge. If you're not a part of it, come over to the group. Join us. It's PG-13 group. We do everything about fun. It's about dad bods. It's about eating good. And it's about fun. And it's been a year. We've all gained weight. I've gained 25-something pounds. And I've lost 5 here in the last week. I'm trying to lose more. So don't think it's just coming in here just to get fat. Whatever. That's what we were at first because we were just depressed. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to go. I was lost. My wife went from traveling every day to here with me, her new husband, who's just been married. It was a learning curve for us all. And I think it took a while to get it all figured out, and still don't have it figured out. Still got it kind of figured out. Got a routine. Those of you who have figured out, please let me know, or whatever. But we're going to be doing a celebration starting next Tuesday, all the way through March 23rd to the 1 year that I started and woke up the morning that I started with the biscuit. I want to eat biscuits and gravy. I was down to like almost my goal weight of 245. I was 5 pounds away. I was just about to embark on doing comedy full time and traveling, dates booked, everything, and it all got ripped out from under me. At the same time, my work did as well. So it has been nothing but a grind and learning curve. And I'm just looking back on a lot of different things and thinking about a lot of different things now that this 1 year has come up. And funny thing about that, because there was a big joke in the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge. I was doing daily videos to kind of motivate people every morning and motivate myself to get up to do something and to create something. and to figure something out since I couldn't do that anymore. They had nowhere to go other than here. And I've never been kept. And I've always been in a sales position where I get up, I jump in my truck, and I am driving around from job site to job site to job site, construction site, customer's office, and just constantly going. That's been my whole life. My dad did it. I did it. I'm 45 now, and to have the brakes just stop and just say, you have to sit still and go, can't go anywhere. You might as well put me in prison, because that's what it felt like. And it was just like, it was crazy. And mentally, it just took me a 180 to where I've never been. So my wife said, hey, what are you going to do? I said, I want biscuits and gravy. I don't care who knows it. I want to find some people who want to eat biscuits and gravy at 9:30 in the morning and drink beer. And that's literally how that happened, how this came about. And we're just going to walk down the path of everything, because it's been great. It's been great. And funny. And to get to my point on the story, my friend, Justin Bishop, Tiger King came out and saved us all for like a couple of months. And I fell in love with Tiger. I thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious. Good and bad. There's some negative stuff, but the overall comedy picture of it. And I got a t-shirt and wore it on one of my morning things. And we talked about it. There was a challenge. And Justin Bishop photoshopped my face onto Tiger King's face. And put the picture up. It was hilarious. Still hilarious. Still going on. I'm still a huge fan of the Tiger King series. Carol Baskins can suck it. But anyways, it became a thing. So I posted the 1 year thing coming up. And somebody, we got a comment. Hold on. Who we got? I'm focusing on comments tonight. Amanda Teeny Burger, sending love to the Fat Thor Lockdown from the Burgers. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda Burger. Good friends. Chris, everybody. Love you. Love you guys to death. Thanks for being around here and being a part of this and being a part of my life for all the years that we have known each other through all the things. But anyways, didn't think nothing of it. Went on a walk today with my wife. Came back. She was, the UPS truck is in front of the house. Nothing new. The UPS Amazon truck shows up anywhere from 4. If it doesn't show up at least 5 times here a day, it's not a normal day or more. So it showed up. It was the first one, and it was middle of the day. And it's like, she goes, well, what am I getting? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything coming, I don't think. But walked up to this big box, and it said Mr. Gunnin. It said Mr. Gunnin. That's all it said. Mr. Gunnin. 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 That's it. No return address, no anything. It said canvas prints. So somebody, still don't know who, got to figure this out, took that picture of my face, Photoshop by Justin Bishop. By the way, Justin Bishop did a very good job on the Photoshop. And some fan, this is my first fan, first supporter, first joke. I don't care. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's amazing. You know what? I honestly would have done this. I would have done this myself and wanted to do this, but I couldn't do it because my wife would probably shut it down and be like, we ain't going to spend good money on it, which actually it's good money. It's great money, because this is going to be in my new podcast studio. I'm not going to do the green screen anymore. I'm building my podcast studio. It's going to be awesome. It's my bar that I built in my house called the Grenoble Pub before I got married, and we're going to set it up, and that's going to be the new studio. We're going to go live from there, do a lot of things. So that's coming up, and this was what showed up on my door today. This 24 by 36. This. Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yep. Look at that. Look at that thing. Look at that beautiful 20. Look at this. I told my wife it's going to go over the bed. She said no. And I said, well, it's going to go over something. So somebody bought this and had it printed by Canvas. Hopefully, maybe we can get them as a sponsor. Because this was awesome. Hold on. Canvas on the cheap, which I've seen before, and I've almost ordered stuff from them, and I have it. I'm going to say this right now. Canvas, free plug. Here you go. Canvas on the cheap. Whatever you spent, it was worth it. It's good. Quality item. Look at this. It's quality item. It ain't cheap. It's Look at this. I mean, it's work. So if you're going to do something or send somebody a picture or do a picture for your house or your family, look at this. So, anyways, still trying to figure out who did it. And my wife she's losing her mind about it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. Hey, thank you for, hey, man. Hey, thank you for doing this. You gave us all something to look forward to in the crazy time, ready for the world to get right so we can all go see you on a badass comedy tour. Love to be on a badass comedy tour, working my way back. Everybody's trying to be safe. And that's the thing. There's been opportunities to do shows. I've done a few. Some I have passed on because it's one of those things. It's nothing against the shows, nothing against anything at all. And things are starting to get safer and better with shows. And I do the shows that everybody's like, hey, we're going to be in COVID safe. There's only X number of people. You're not going to have any contact and all that. So, and luckily I've had that choice, but I've been doing more in the movie and TV. I have been busy as heck doing that. I've lost count. I've lost count the amount of movies and TV shows I've been on in the last 6 months. I'm doing like 2 shows a week, 1 to 2 shows a week, depending on how many days they book me. I've been on, I can't count the stuff that's coming out. I'm not supposed to say it, but I don't care. I've been on Southern Gospel. It's a movie that's coming out. That was my first one back in July. I've been on Cloning Tyrone. I'm going back for 2 more days. I've been on that thing for 6 days. It's coming out on, I think, Netflix. Been on 2 Star shows, one of which, that's why I shaved my beard, paid me to shave my face, told me to shave my face. And everybody's been asking me to shave my face, everything, all these parts I've been trying to get. Shave your face, shave your face, shave your face. I'm like, I'm not going to shave my face. My face is, I love my beard. I haven't shaved my face in 8 years. And one of our past guests, Douglas Mike with Phoenix Shaving, had sent me a whole shaving kit. I said, the first time I'm going to shave for a part or for a TV show or movie, whatever, and I get paid, if I'm going to use it. And I used the product, so I did a video. If you want to go check it out, great stuff. Phoenix Shaving, he was a guest a few episodes back. He's going to come back. I sent him a thing. I said, hey, man, this is probably some of the best stuff I've ever used to shave my face. And I haven't shaved my face in 8 years, but before that, probably some of the best stuff. So go give them a quick look if you're looking to shave. But I'm trying to grow it back because it's just driving me crazy. I can't believe how fat. Look how fat I got. Look, I got like double chin. Oh, I need the beard to like cover it back. I swear to God. But anyways, so it's a lot of celebration. So that's why I shaved it, because a lot of the stuff I was getting asked to do, like police officer stuff and this and that, like, will you shave? And I finally fought it. So I did it. So here it is. Everybody's like, God, you look 15 years younger. I say, I look 15 pounds fatter is what I look like, in my opinion. But anyways, so that's why I'm shaved. So I'm growing it back. Hopefully we'll get back there at some point. And yes, I want to do more comedy shows. I'm doing one again, March 25th at McRae's in Lawrenceville here in Atlanta, Georgia. I want to get on the road. Again, the comedians that we've had on this show and on my radio show are back out there grinding it out. Rocky Dale Davis, all those guys who have literally grabbed a hold of what little bit is out there and worked it out. I have been amazed. I've been in contact with those guys, talking to them. All the clubs are being very safe. They're getting back up to more live stuff to where it's safe for everybody, and they're in very limited ticket sales. And I think it's getting to a point where it's very viable for me to start putting more shows and getting more involved in shows and getting back out there and putting myself out there to do spots. But right now I'm focused on the TV movie. It's paying more. I'll just be honest. It's paying more per day. And I'm on set somewhere between 2 to 4 to 5 days a week now on set on various things. They'll book me 2-3 days and then boom. And I'm making really good money on those. So that's where I'm kind of focused. And of course I do nothing against doing comedy and now that I will probably make less in the positions, but I do want to get back out there. Nothing against that, but it's all the movie stuff is right here in Atlanta. It's right here in my back door. This is where Hollywood is. It is what it is, and I'm taking advantage of it. So it all intertwines, and so I'm probably going to do as many shows as I can, comedy wise, and try to balance the movie and TV to keep money flowing and keep things going. And hopefully they'll all just come together and explode together, and whichever path goes, whatever path goes. And the trail I'm blazing over on the movie and TV side. It's crazy because they're constantly. I'll do a show for like a day or two, and then I'll come off that show and be looking for other shows, and all of a sudden I'll get called back for another show I did 2 months ago. It's like, hey, are you available? We're doing another scene for another day for another episode of this. Will you come be on? I'm like, heck yeah, let's go. So it's like comedy, and once you get it going, it kind of steamrolls and it goes. And so I'm very fortunate, very blessed, and thank you for everybody who supported the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge and the podcast here. And that's where the podcast came from, is the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge on Facebook. Go over there, check us out. If you're not a member already, and you're listening to this not on the live show. It's just a fun group of folks just having fun, keeping the negative, keeping the political and the religious aspect of and negativity out, and just dealing with, going through all this new thing together. But at the same token, it was a lot. It's positive for me. It's very positive for me in a lot of ways, and positive for a lot of folks in other ways, and negative at the same time. Again, for me, everything got ripped out from under me. It was like a double rip out, but at the same time, it made me and my wife kind of refocus and retool and reshift what we were doing. Her stuff didn't stop. She wasn't traveling, which is probably the best thing for us in our marriage at this point, because I think I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's like the amount that she was traveling and having to travel, and us being newly married, and it was kind of causing friction and tension and different things. It was probably the best thing for our marriage, for us to be quarantined, be together every day, and try to figure it out, because we grew together better. We figured each other out better, in the sense that we already knew where this was and where it was going. It was just, there were some aspects of day-to-day life, because when we jumped into this, got married, work didn't stop, comedy didn't stop. We basically didn't take it home, and we got married on Saturday. Sunday, we stayed at the beach with all our family and friends, came home on Monday. I was back at the Punchline Monday night in a class, and then getting ready to do some shows, and she was back at work, and it was just like that. And we took a honeymoon later, for 5 or 6 days, and it was good. But at the same time, we were struggling with our schedules and things. So just like everybody else. But so hopefully it was good for you in that sense. And it still drives us crazy. Sometimes it's like, I just don't want to be here all the time. And we're still finding those ways to be around. And some people are back to work. That's fine. That's great. Back to work. We're still being safe in a lot of different way, because we both have not had it yet. I have had, and with all the TVs and movie stuff, I've lost count. I think I've had over 50 COVID tests, 50 or more. I probably have had 50 or more in the last few months, especially the last 3 months, getting tested, because they won't let you on set without a negative test, or they test you 3 days before you're supposed to touch set, or 48 hours. Some do it 3. And before I touch that, do it negative. So I've not had it, and and if you've had it, great. And you've gone through it, great. In the last 6 weeks, I've lost several friends. Lost 2 in the last 6 weeks because of COVID. So it does scare us. It does make us nervous. I'm not scared to go out, but when I do, I'm safe. But looking back on everything for the year, and I want to thank every one of you, Manatini Burger, everybody's been a part of the show. It blows my mind that I sat down and just started something on a whim. And we had Bruce Kulick from Kiss on here. We've had, and Rick Wayne was a part of this and helped, and was a key part in the podcast getting launched off, and bringing together guests. So I don't want to minimize him not being here. He chose to leave on his own and go do and pursue comedy, and all the best. Have no ill will or feelings towards him whatsoever. But just thinking about, just something that started from a whim of, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do this and just see what happens, just event. And here we are. We've got sponsors, Venture Roofing. We've had Roz at the CBD joint. I don't want. Why is my thing? Nothing's working tonight. The CBD joint. We've had Mind Invaders Comics. They've been a sponsor for several months over there at mindinvaders.com. Justin and them, great guys, do amazing art. It's just been one thing after another, everybody helping each other and supporting each other in a positive way, in a good way. And with all the negativity out there, that's all we've tried to do. And that's all we want to be. And that's all I want to be. So getting ready to celebrate the year. Why is it a big deal? It's a big deal. Everything's, if you don't celebrate the small things, you'll never appreciate the big things. I don't think as much as you do the small. And that's just always been, everybody's always asked me, it's like, why do you always celebrate your birthdays? Or why do you always celebrate that? It's like, if you don't celebrate the small things, you'll never appreciate the big things. And if the big things do come, or if they don't come, if you don't celebrate the small things, you may not have nothing to celebrate because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody is. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, next day, next week. We don't know where this is going to go. You just got to follow. And what I've learned now and learned in my life, it's like, you got to follow the passion. You got to follow your passion. You got to follow whatever that drive you have. Because if you follow that, you can't go wrong. You can't. And I'm a firm believer in that. And if you just do things for the pure enjoyment, and that's all I've wanted to do is do things for the pure enjoyment for people, entertain people, and make people laugh and have fun. And that's it. And so with that said, that's all this thing's been about. So I've got on some weird tangent, and that's kind of not the cycle I've wanted to go on tonight with me being here by myself. With no guests, but we're going to have more guests. We've had Bishop James Long from Ghost Adventures. He came back, had a great show. That's Steve Trevino on the radio show. I just can't thank everybody enough who's been a part of this, supported this, shared, invited people. Please invite more people. I want to do bigger and better things with this. I'm retooling, getting busy with other things, but I'm still focused on the podcast, still focused on the radio show. What did I just hit? I did not mean it, but yeah. Oh yeah. We're on over 19 different platforms now. We've had over 300 downloads. I know it's not a lot per se in the world of podcasts, but it's still growing every day. So if you're on any of these platforms, please go listen, download, give us a 5-star review, or just say, hey, good job. I've done my best fumbling through this and figuring this thing out. I figured it out a lot quicker than I thought I would. Still some things got to polish up. I'm working on it, and it's going to happen. But we're going to celebrate starting Tuesday. So if you're not a part of Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge, go over, ask to be a part of it. Just come on in. The rules are to stay PG-13. No F-bombs, no political stuff. Just have fun about cooking, eating, drinking, having, and getting and laughing. Having some fun. That's all this is about. That's all the Lockdown Challenge is about. The podcast is a little bit more flexible is what I meant to say. Flexible in the sense of, guests and different things and things we talk about. So going to get out of here probably, but still I'm still enthralled and just still taken back with what the year has done. It's forced me to do things and learn things that I would have never have done as quickly and as like I did, like learning how to put together a good looking podcast, how to edit things, how to edit videos, how to do certain things that and that stuff's changing day by day. So I'm constantly learning, and I'm a firm believer. If you're not in a job or not doing something where you're, and if even if you're in a job that you don't learn something new every day, but if you're not doing learning something new every day outside of that in a hobby or in something that you love, you're not growing. And I have had to grow exponentially. It seems like every day I wake up and there's something new about editing. There's something new about doing something better in podcasting area, because it's just grown so it's grown so crazy. It feels like you wear 15 different hats. I got to write as a comedian. I got to work on my stand-up. I got to work on the podcast. I got to work on how the podcast looks. I got the radio show on Power 108.9. .com, Power 108.9 on look us up on Facebook. It's all about laughs. The radio station, I'm on there twice a month. They're wanting me to go weekly. It's like, man, weekly there, weekly the podcast. It's just it even with me not doing stand up and doing the music, it's constantly moving. And I love it. I'm not downplaying. It's just there's times where you feel like you're not giving enough to one thing. So I've got to manage and manage my day very, very precisely now. It's like, okay, I'm going to give 2 hours to this, 2 hours to that, 2 hours, because there was days where this thing consumed my entire day, where the daily videos on the lockdown channels consumed my entire day, or my stand-up consumed the entire day. And I've had to learn how to budget that better and manage that better, because I'm one of those, when I start on it and I start on a path of whatever I'm doing, editing, or I'm trying to make something look good the best it can, or the most professional it can, or whatever is bugging me about that, whether it's creating the logos or anything, I'm just a bear on it, and I don't give it up very easily until I know I'm happy with it. And I will sit there and just grind it out. And I've had to learn, pump the brakes. You've done a lot. Give it 2 hours. And I need to work out and lose some of this weight. Look at this double. This double chin is just driving me crazy. I swear to God, this not having a beer is driving me crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna have a little drink. Sorry. So, anyways, but my point is trying to budget and manage. And he's like, well, you have all the time. No, I don't have all the time, because I'm constantly working. I'm still working towards my goal of everything. And I have those goals on my vision board and in my phone that I look at. I'm like, okay, what are you doing today for this? What are you doing today for your wife? What are you doing today for the podcast? What are you doing today for the radio show? What are you doing today for your stand-up? What are you doing today to grow? What are you doing today to this? And so I ask myself those questions every day and try to balance out. And it's no different than anybody else. It's just, it's changed a lot in a lot of different ways. And I couldn't be happier, and I couldn't be more grateful, and I couldn't be more excited about see what's coming in the future. And especially with a lot of comics that have been on here, like Eric Dallas, Cyrus Steele, Rocky Dale Davis. The list is a mile long of the people I have met, the people I have connected with Ernie O'Donnell that was on here, who just built Jay and Silent Bob's new weed store. Jay and Silent Bob's new weed store and new location, and all the connections I have made in such a short period of time, without even being out there in the clubs and everything. And I want to thank all of them for being on here. It's just great. And so we're going to celebrate that. I'm going to put it together some clips. We're going to have some fun. And so if you're part of the Fat Thor, and I'm going to do certain things on the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge that I will not do on the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast, have listened to the podcast, or listening now, you'll have to go to the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge, become a member there to see the celebration stuff. I'll talk about it a little bit on here, but all the stuff for the week long, because we're only going to do one podcast on here between that week. So we'll talk about it, but you got to be a member of the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge to be a part of all that. And I'm going to do some challenges, some things. I am doing some filming dates during that. I'm filming on St. Patrick's Day, which kills me because I love St. Patrick's. I love St. Patrick's Day. I love the food. I love just the fun. It's like a spring kickoff. I see St. Patrick's Day as a spring kickoff where you just have drinks, and, it's a great time to just kind of eat the last kind of like corned beef and cabbage and heavy food and things like that right before spring kicks off. So, but I'm going to be working and filming that night, but I'll still do a morning thing. I'm going to go back doing a daily morning video like I did during quarantine when it first started, when we first kicked off. So we'll be back doing that, doing different things. And that's it. So that's it for the podcast tonight. Short, sweet. Just wanted to come on here and let you know we're still here. Still doing things. I just got so busy and tied up with filming on a few movies and TV shows, and I'll let you know more about those. And then when they come out, hopefully I'm in it and I'm not cut. But either way, I got paid. Either way, I got paid. It was on set. We can talk about that, some of the stories once they come out. Some of the things I can't talk about, but I don't care. We'll get to that later because I'm just having a blast. I'm living the dream, living my dream, living the dream that I had wanted to in the film and television and comedy and entertainment world back when I was in my back since I was a kid. So thank you everybody who's been a part of this. And we're just going to have fun, and we're going to talk about you guys. We're going to focus on you guys, and you guys are going to have a challenge to come and bring it to me and everybody else. So stick around for those challenges. Other than that, we will see you next Thursday, which is, and if you're listening to this and it's past this date, you can go back and watch the episodes. March 18th, which will be right in the middle, right in the thick of our week-long celebration up to March 23rd on the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge. So stick around, stay tuned, listen, download, go give us a 5-star rating on the Fat Thor podcast. Go to my comedy page, follow my comedy page, Andy Gunnan Comedy. You can follow that as well as you can friend me. I don't care. You can catch stuff there, but I'm only going to be doing certain things in the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge. I will not be doing here or sharing anywhere else. So come be a part of it. Share it. Invite folks. And I've got a list of guests coming on here. It's going to blow your mind here in the next few weeks coming up. Never agreed to come on. So stick around. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very humbled. And don't forget, if you're in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, don't forget our, over here. Venture. Oh, there it is. Oh. Venture Roofing. Venture Roofing. That's right. Our sponsor. They've been with us. We can't thank them enough. 678-656-7482. If you need a new roof, think you got a leak or you got a quote or you need a quote, give my friends a call, 678-656-7482 or ventureroofingllc.com, up to $1,000 off your roof. Tell them you heard it here on the Fat Thor podcast and you get those discounts. Other than that, I am going to get out of here. Short and sweet, to the point, and I still got to figure out who sent me this monster of an amazing. You know what's even funnier is my high school mascot's a tiger. Fat County Tigers. That's right. Isn't that even that's even weirder? So we're out. We will see you guys and gals next week, or we'll see you bright and early next Tuesday morning when we start the countdown. Sorry, I'm looking for my outro video. There's my intro. See you guys. Bye.